Hi everybody, it's Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blue Shirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers!
Blue Shirt Underground, motherfucker!
BS a Ranger fan. BS a Ranger fan. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs, as the great Milton Berle used to say, welcome back to the Blue Shirt Underground Show. Jim is in Florida enduring a maelstrom, a hailstorm, a squall, if you will. Joining us. I'm glad to be back. I hope Jim is glad to be back. Jim, what's going on down there?
What a scene. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep, you're good.
All right, great. Good evening, everybody. Live from Isla Mirada. This show just continues to add locations on the map. We've done it from Phoenix. We've done it from Los Angeles. We've done it from Las Vegas. We've done it from Fort Lauderdale, and now we add Isla Mirada. What a program this is. You've done it from the Finger Lakes. I mean, you put the pins on the map. We're all over the place. All over the place.
Yeah.
Nothing better. Nothing better. We are on the fringes of Hurricane Helene. Getting a little squall as we speak.
Helene or Helene? Because I have like a cousin, like third removed cousin named Helene. Paul Sliker,
I think it's Helene.
I want to thank Paul Sliker for checking in from Portugal. He's not going to be able to stay long. That's why I mentioned his name. But
what's up, Paul?
You were in the midst of it, and I got to commend you. I mean, just adding another location is great, but under duress is even better.
I'm sitting. I had to. We had a squall come through about a half hour ago.
Squall?
Right?
Is that politically correct?
Or a feeder band, a squall, a feeder band, whatever you want to call it. And I was originally planning to do this show from the pool like I did in Las Vegas, but the squall kind of moved me, although it looks like it's letting up. So I may still jump in the pool before this program is over.
Yes.
So I'm under the cabana. I have the flaps down. You can see them over here.
Oh, I can see it's still daylight out there.
It is still daylight.
Are we on the same coast?
Yes, we're in the same coast, but I'm a little further west than you are, so we get a later sunset. Sunset here is about 20 after 7 tonight.
Oh,
but we've had a wonderful vacation with the Catroni family, and we've had a great time. We've been drinking all day. We went to happy hour. We had a great meal. Jen is sitting next to me. She's in the shadows there. You can see her. Susan Catroni is right across from me. Joe Catroni, I don't know where he is.
Well,
I don't know. He's at the. He might be passed out for all I know. He could be. He's at the massage parlor.
From what I'm seeing, from all these pictures that are being posted, there's a lot of drinking going on. Adult, I totally approve of that. What else you gonna do? Drink, have fun, and
There has been a lot of drinking. I can tell
Good.
you that. There has been a lot of drinking going on. I'm drinking now.
Nice. What do you got there? What kind of a koozie do they call it?
My Giants koozie
Oh yeah,
and a
yeah.
Yangling flight on the inside.
For some reason, I guess I haven't flipped your picture, so it looked backwards. Your koozie.
Oh, hang on. That's probably on my end. Hang on. There we
There
go.
you go. Now put it up. Let me see.
All right. There we go.
Yes, now I can make it out. I was like, what is it? The University of Tulane there? What's going on
Right.
there? The Giants with a victory. I'm sure you were happy about that.
I was. And we got to watch that. Got to watch that game in the pool on Sunday. It was nice to see the Giants pull that one out. And let me tell you, we had a great day Sunday. We got in the pool at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Watched the Giants at 1 o'clock, Cowboys at 4 o'clock because Joe Catroni is a Cowboys fan. Put the Rangers on at 5 o'clock. I don't think we got out of the pool until 9 o'clock. I mean, how can you? There is no better place in the world, folks, than Isla Mirada, and don't ever come here because I don't want you to spoil my vacation spot.
Well, a pool and a TV and some adult beverages, I think anywhere.
God bless the man that invented
time,
the iPad. Let me tell you, the iPad is one of the greatest inventions of our time because just floating in a pool, watching football on your iPad. Come on. What's better than that?
There's nothing really better than that. Well, I'm new with the edibles. I love those edibles. And I figured the right dosage and what happens to me on the edibles. I've had enough. We'll get to the Ranger hockey fan. We'll get to the Ranger hockey fans. But before we do, I become very chatty, like super chatty, like anything that comes into my mind, I start chatting about. And then about maybe 2 hours of this, I get really dumb. Like dumb. Like I was trying to Google Fleetwood Mac for like 3 hours and I couldn't complete the search. I kept forgetting, which I'll save that story for another time. The whole Fleetwood Mac debacle.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Eddie, say God bless you. You said thank you.
That's pretty much it for me. Is the last day of summer was Saturday, past Saturday up here, but you're still enjoying the weather. What's the weather been like down here?
Still summer where I am. Well, hurricane aside, the usual 85. Hurricane aside.
Yeah.
85 to 90 degrees. It's been sunny. We had a great day at the Isla Mirada Sandbar on Monday. And just enjoying it.
Enjoying it. All right. Let's get down to beeswax. What's up,
Dr. B?
Dr. B is here. Matt Morello, who I saw Sunday. We went to a wrestling event, a local wrestling event together. It was a pleasure seeing him. He was, it's nice to catch up with the guys, even when it's not season. The chef is here. The man who gave me and you some wine, which I enjoyed. Thank you so much, Chef. A couple of years ago, but still. Joe Garcia, the man who's keeping it real down south. The mouth from the south. Chris the Meat is here. Holy Chris Johnner. The BSU historian. Ryan Leach is here. Just a lot of great people here. Patty Duke is here. Creative Pro Costa. And we got to see Chris Statlander. Anyway, all right, so here's the story, Morning Glory. I don't know where you want to start. Let's start off with the bad news yesterday. Ryan Lindgren gets hurt sticking up Philip
Surprise.
What a surprise. Yeah,
surprise.
I know. Both Jonathan Riggs is here, as he said, all the luminaries. Darrell Bush is here. Lindgren gets hurt. He's out for multiple weeks, it looks like. He's a week to week defending Philip Hedl, who wound up leaving the ice, not of his own accord. What do you think about both these things? Do you think you really should be sticking up for Philip Hedl every time he falls on the ice? Because they're going to lose a lot of players that way.
Yes, I do. Because this is what we always wanted. This is what we always asked for, was a team that stuck up for itself. And I know maybe everyone doesn't agree, but this
I don't think the
is
coach
what we
agrees
wanted,
with
right? You don't think the coach agrees?
In his post game, I wouldn't. In a preseason game, I think was probably the bugaboo. I mean, I may be reading into things.
I get that. I get that.
That it's kind of unnecessary, especially after we saw the play. It was leg on leg. It definitely was, it was sus, as the kids say today. But it also wasn't a headshot, which is, certainly a lot dirtier. And, well, a knee on knee is dirty too, but with Philip Hedl, and it really seemed like a nothing fight. Like, what the fuck happened? What did you see anything in that?
Well, I'll be honest. I missed the fight.
Okay.
I only saw we were at Key West yesterday, and I only saw we saw the last two periods of the game. So I missed the fight. I saw the comeback. I missed the fight. I didn't know until this morning that Lindgren had gotten hurt, and then I saw that he was out several weeks, getting gusty here. So
I think we found Joe Catroni, as he's appeared as his alter ego in the chat room.
He must be hiding in his hotel room. Chicken, get out of here, Bill. Come on, your wife's out here. She's sitting here enjoying the show, the festivities.
Okay. A lot of...
Anyway, I think. See, I'm with Joe Garcia here. I think you need to set a tone, whether it's preseason or not, that we are not to be trifled with. This is not a team to be trifled with. And you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And especially when it comes to that disgusting, despicable bunch of ragtag morons and subhumans that play on the island. Or have they moved again? Have they moved again? Did they get another arena? Where do they play now? Where are they? Saskatchewan? White Plains? Yonkers? I forget. Where do they play?
They're always going to go to. They never Hamilton, Ontario, or something.
Hamilton. They could go to the KHL for all I care.
Speaking of KHL, Tony DeAngelo is now playing in the KHL.
Tony DeAngelo, yes, off to Russia. He's going to be Trump's liaison to Putin when Trump gets reelected.
I'm surprised this guy could.
There's me tossing a grenade.
Yeah, I'm surprised this guy couldn't get a job in the NHL.
I don't get it. Is he that? Are teams that afraid of his
controversial nature?
His heat?
Yeah.
His Guatemalanness, as Hank Azaria said in the Birdcage? Yeah. Are teams that scared of this guy? I mean, he's still a productive NHLer, is he not?
Yeah. I mean, he's a defensive liability, but he play a good power play. He's a good power play guy. I mean, San Jose couldn't get this guy. I mean, there's some teams out there that are so terrible.
I mean, this guy, he couldn't get even a PTO from somebody. Are teams that afraid? I mean, we've seen some of the guys that get PTOs over the years. Tony DeAngelo can't get a PTO from anybody.
I'm still
from the Utah Hockey Club, whatever they're called. Joe Catroni has joined the audience, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, making his way into his first-class seating, his VIP location here under the cabana.
Bill and Millie both together.
Yes, all the Millies are here. I mean, this is a guy, and politics aside, because I don't give a fuck. This is still a guy who put a right-handed defenseman, right? Who puts up 40 points, 50 points, 60 points. Nobody has a use for this guy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, is he that poisonous?
I don't.
Is he? But and is he Chris? Is he poison or is he perceived poison?
Probably a little bit
I mean,
both.
After the
I
Rangers,
never heard any bad things about him from fellow teammates other than Georgiev.
after the Rangers, he played for Carolina and Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were there any reports that this guy was trouble in either of those locations after he played for the Rangers? I mean, are teams that afraid of the social media of the white idiots that sit on social media and just complain all day? These white liberal morons that just want to cancel every fucking thing they don't agree with on Twitter. I mean, really.
I have no idea.
I refuse to believe, and I don't care what you think of Tony DeAngelo as a person. I refuse to believe that there isn't a team in the NHL that can't find productivity in this guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I raised.
Admittedly, the drinks have been flowing, so my opinions are going to be a little loose.
Who cares? So what?
Is it raining? Is the rain stopped? Getting a weather update here. I believe the weather has stopped.
Well, he went to Russia. I don't know how he's got. I mean, this guy should, you would think he want to stay in the country, but he apparently they couldn't find a team.
Going to be Trump's liaison over there.
Yeah, well. So getting back to the Lindgren thing.
Anyway, we'll get off track.
I just wanted the whole Lindgren thing. I'm a little bit. I understand the whole, we got to stick up for each other, but pick your spots. If we fight every time Philip Hedl goes down, forget about it. We'll have 30 unnecessary fights this year. And you know what? I'm going to go off now, and I haven't imbibed anything but Seagram's Diet Ginger Ale. But
mix a little honey jack with that.
Yeah, I would have, but I had to actually run this broadcast, which even sober is a difficult task for me. I don't know if you've been listening to these broadcasts while you're drinking. Have you been getting a lot of Sam and Joe down there, or?
I did hear Sam and Joe against Boston. Did not listen to the broadcast last night. We watched last night without volume. Like I said, we watched the last two periods.
Okay.
So we did see most of what was going on.
I mean, the exuberance and the coronation of one Philip Hedl in that first game, you would have thought that this guy scored 6 goals. It was almost like an Ohtani performance, the way they were talking about it. 6
Ohtani.
3 home runs. This guy, I mean, he got a goal. Joe, he played 23 minutes. He's back. He's back. You know why he's back? Boston put a bunch of guys I have never heard of out there. There wasn't one regular in the lineup. They had some guy named Ruth Buzzy in net. They had Ruth Buzzy. They put him on a line with Kako.
Ruth Buzzy.
And he put him on a line with Kako and Cooley. Of course he's going to look good. They're playing against a bunch of minor leaguers out there. So I'm not ready.
Then he did score a goal again last night, right?
Yeah, but I'm not about to anoint. I've seen this.
All right.
The guy played under Alain Vigneault. Why do I have to wait for these guys to emerge 6 years later?
Filipino played for Fred Shiro.
He played for Bun Cook. I don't get it. I wish him the best. God bless.
Wish him $1 million.
I wish you $1 million. But don't force something down my throat that I know is not going to come to fruition once game 1 starts. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
You're not. You're just not.
In the back.
It's going to be very difficult to get you on the Philip Hedl wagon.
Yes.
You
Very
look
hard.
like Ray Charles.
And the wagon's on fire with Capo Caco. I saw him in a preseason interview. He looks like he has no interest whatsoever in doing anything, and it's the same thing on the ice. It's all over. So, getting back to that game, yeah, they were doing a lot of, and that was a very good first game because there was a lot of hitting. And there was actually a lot of action in that game, which was different.
Joe.
Joe.
It's like a mid-season game, Joe.
Oh, yeah. They were really pushing that one.
Yeah.
I caught a couple Sam mishaps. Of course, he had to say DiPietro and Rick.
No relation.
Retro. No, he said Rick DiPietro's name wrong. Di Rapido. Something like that. I was like, he's back. I'm telling you, Caco looks like he is just disinterested. Humor me. Be exciting when you're being interviewed. Say what all these lunkheads say. I worked on my skating in the off season. I'm at the Finland, whatever he is. Anyway, so we had that. I really liked the play of certain players in that game. And I think we mentioned him in the last show. And just as an aside, because we were talking about, hey, there is no Italian guy to really get behind. And
then,
boy, did we get a dose of Victor Mancini,
We
who
did.
may now win a position now that Ryan Lindgren is going to miss the early part of the season. I love this kid. I saw him the one game. I've heard good things about him in the rookie games and this and that. He's big. He can move the puck. Now, I think this big thing's going to come from him. It really warmed the cockles of my heart to see the Rangers may have some depth on defense.
He's looked good. He's a big guy, too.
Yeah.
And by the way, we referred to him as Henry Mancini in the last game because we make a lot of old references on this show, and I'm just glad to see that has caught on.
Well, I want to call him Boom Boom Mancini. Once he
Mancini.
Yeah, once he starts knocking down some people, Henry Mancini works too. They're going to steal it all, ladies and gentlemen. So it doesn't matter what we say. He lays down the hit. I'm going to be calling him Boom Boom Mancini.
Boom Boom killed the guy.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Dooku Kim, if I remember the name correctly.
Wow.
Cutter, I'm in Florida. It's 90 degrees and sunny every day. Of course, I've got some. Of course, I'm red and tan and colored. Now Tony Karaoke is here. Oh Christ, here we go. Look at this kid's out of Naples this year.
I have to say that
Joe Catroni. Let me tell you something. Joe Catroni is one of the dearest people I've ever known. He is one of the most generous, my best friend in the entire world. But he is a gigantic asshole.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a wise guy. We're all wise guys.
And he's also half in the bag.
Yeah.
He's been drinking all day.
I also watched, and I really like this. I like this Victor Mancini.
Hold on.
He moves the puck.
Go ahead. I just want to say that if you see in the chat room here, Sins Z, Sonny, Nick the server, that is Nick from Lazy Days here in Isla Mirada, who he works there. It's our favorite place to go to, restaurant/bar, and he is a huge Red Wings fan. He's originally from Michigan.
Wow.
He has been taking care of us for years here. He just recently got married, so congrats to Nick.
Congrats
to
you, Nick.
We saw him tonight, and he was glad to see us. And he said to me, how is the podcast going? I said, it's going great. We're doing a show tonight. He's like, send me the link. I gotta be there. I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it while I'm working. So props to Nick. We love you, Nick. It was good to see you. I wish you all the best in your marriage and all the rest.
Yes, Nick, and enjoy Andrew Kopp and his ridiculous contract. And hey, you'll get to see some Eric Gustafson this year. So every Rangers, they wind up with a lot of Rangers, the Red Wings.
Right. Eddie Jacobin, they all wind up in Detroit.
Right.
Duguay played in Detroit, right?
Yeah, Eddie Johnstone.
Mark Stahl,
who's now president of the team now or something. I don't know what happened. He got signed. And hey, guys, if I want to get you all riled up or go down memory lane, how you like that Rick Nash getting a job with Columbus? I think pretty high position. Rick Nash, who most Ranger fans hate. I don't hate him. Just we wound up getting Ryan Lindgren in that trade, so it turned out
we did
to be pretty good. So Victor Mancini's a fave of mine in that game one. I really think the guy can move the puck. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 215. And this other guy. Well, what do they call him? Shamlar,
Schlemizel,
Losh. I don't know.
Chimlara.
Yeah, well, that's how it looks, but it's not, because Sam said I didn't ask him personally, but I asked him Filipino how I pronounce his name, and it's right.
In other words, Sam hasn't met these guys.
Yeah, Sam didn't have the chance. He didn't want to bother. He just showed up. I think it's Shlamash.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the way he looked, and that was another guy, and I think he played in last night's game too. Brendan Hoffman had a good game one. He was involved, some big hits. He drew the ire of some of the Bruins. I think they challenged him to a fight. Brendan Hoffman, and last night, not so great. Took a bad penalty when he chopped the stick out of the goalie's hand. If I had to peg him right now, not peg him, let's change that vernacular. If I had to kind of sum up his play, he reminds me of a lot of Esa Tikkanen. I don't think he's going to be a prolific goal scorer, but he's going to be able to chip in and do good, and he's a pest. He's a downright pest. So that's
he's definitely got that instigator ability to him.
Yes, he does. Again, the scoring can come. I think last night he tried to show more of what he could do offensively, but it was a little uneven. He even said it was kind of uneven for him. And the only thing I really could say about game one was there were two guys on defense that I think are not ready for prime time. And one of them is one of your favorites. Matt Robertson, just can't see it. And he only played 5 minutes in that game. So either he got hurt or they were like, this guy can't hack it, but maybe, I don't know. I mean, 5 minutes seems like a little amount of time.
Not much.
I mean, I guess because he didn't play on the power play or shorthanded. So I don't know. And the other guy I thought that really hasn't impressed me at all is Brandon Scanlon. I think they'll both be Hartford.
He's just Hartford filler.
I know. I take a look. I take a sharp look at these guys, and I watch them. And we'll get to Zach Jones in a second.
there's some of these guys that play in the preseason games that I don't really even understand why they're getting preseason minutes. You know what I mean? He's one of them. You know what this guy is? He's 30 years old. He's a career AHLer. He's a mucker. Just
Well,
come
what I
on.
like about what
I want to see I want to see Matt Robertson getting 20 minutes a night.
well, I
Matt
agree with you.
Robertson.
I mean, Matt Robinson's signed to a 1-year deal, so this is his shot. So give him the
Right.
shot over a guy like Scanlon. I agree with
Right.
you. Yeah.
Why? I mean, what
Brendan
are we
Scanlon
doing?
is he's not going to make the team. But what Laviolette does, he gives everybody a fair shot. And he said
Except
it today.
Matt Robertson.
Except for Matt Robinson. Well, they bring him up
Except
for
for
a
Matt.
game and didn't play him.
Right.
But he says if you can win a spot, and I believe him, because this guy does bring up, and he has a certain depth chart. He will bring up guys when guys are struggling or there's injuries. He will bring them up. But there's certain guys like I don't see, like Johnny the Puck, Nevagozinski. Oh, he just got brought up by you, Trash. I don't see why this guy is still on the team. Familiarity, maybe? I don't know. So everybody wants to talk about Zach Jones. I'm a little worried about Zach Jones. I know he got 2 goals last night. He's got great hands. He's a tremendous puck mover. I'm a little worried about his size. I guess if he plays Trouba with Trouba on that third pairing, you got the big guy, little guy going on. What do you think about Zach Jones? Where are you on him?
Well, you gotta love the goal scoring. First of all, they played with Trouba last night, right? If
Yes.
I'm not mistaken, he was on the line with Trouba. I think he's similar to Adam Fox in a lot of ways, and it was just good to see them get some production out of him last night. And I think he's going to wind up making the team, not just as a spare part, but as a maybe the legit 6th defenseman or whatever. And
well, he surely shows up and he really banged that one home last night, man. That was in flight and in the net real quick.
After seeing, after watching the series against Florida, the way they were hemmed in to their zone for what seemed like days at a time against Florida. I think the Rangers are still in their own zone against Florida right now. If we could do a live look, and maybe Zach Jones, a guy that can move the puck, he's got some skill, he's got some skating ability. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. Between that and Keandre Miller's new blonde afro.
I have not seen.
I saw the picture today from the photo shoot.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Jones last night. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of encouraged with the Rangers' depth on defense. I really thought that because I had forgot about Ben Harper, who played last night, and although I don't think Ben Harper is, he's not a world beater, but I mean, a big guy that you can have on depth as your 7 or 8, not too bad, I don't think. Now with the emergence of Victor Boom Boom Henry Mancini, I like that. With Zach Jones and Trouba, I feel like there's a little bit of chemistry there. I thought Trouba looked better playing with Jones. I liked what I saw. None of the other defensemen have really kind of like shown me anything, but I really didn't have the emergence of Mancini really makes me feel better about their defensive prospects, which now are very limited. They've gone through the Niels Lundqvist, they've gone through, several other guys. Schneider moved up, Zach Jones graduated. Hopefully will graduate. I think he'll make the team. So it was good to see. All right, we'll move on to yesterday's game, which how good does it feel to beat the Islanders in any situation of games? What's going on over there? It look,
I was going to move to the pool, but it is still raining. I thought it had stopped, but it's still raining.
Anytime you
Look,
could beat
and not only beating the Islanders, but the way they beat the Islanders, spectacular. What was it? 5, 6 goals in the third period.
yeah, this was like a. First of all, this was a very boring game. I literally had to put toothpicks under my eyelids from falling asleep in the third period. And then the Rangers got jobbed, too, on that goal where Othman had touched the puck on a delayed penalty. And, of course, NHL refereeing, sucking even in the preseason, did not give him credit for the touch and then the whistle, said he never really had possession or whatever they were. And the rinky-dink Islanders scored on us.
Right.
I don't know. I can't, Joe, I can't get aggravated during a preseason game. I just was looking, it was
Yeah,
boring.
aggravation for April.
Right. Regular season, I'll get upset about when they lose to the Coats or they lose to some other team that's got 4 wins on the season. But it certainly perked up for the Rangers as they just were scoring from, it seemed like, everywhere. And the Islander fans, who I guess maybe, I don't know if they even tune in for the preseason. They barely go to their own games during the regular season. But they got spanked and sent home with a big comeback win. Chris Kreider, the beefcake, showing his medal, getting 2 goals. So
2 goals for Kreider last night, 2 goals for Zach Jones, right?
yes, and Edstrom had the other one, and I'm trying to think who had the other one. Was this
Edstrom becoming a fan favorite. And where did you hear about Adam Edstrom first? Right here on this program, right?
Yes. And I'll get to Trouba in a second, Danny. But Island, you know what his nickname is in the locker room?
Who? Edstrom?
Edstrom. Eddie.
What is his nickname?
Eddie.
Eddie.
There you go. Instant winner. Patty Duke is swooning. Oh, she's swooning over Kreider. I thought it was Adam Edstrom as the new. So Adam Edstrom, who said that he's going to, in the offseason, try to work to be more physical, which, hey, I like to hear this. I like the fact that the Rangers are drafting tall guys with some meat on their bones. I really am.
Absolutely.
This seems like an organizational direction before Drury gets fired after this year. But it sounds like they are making a concerted effort to get bigger, which is great, man. And Matt Rempe just continues to be a joy to watch. I have to say, I've never seen anything like this.
Took another face-off last night and won it, I believe.
Yeah, they say he's got some experience at center ice. So he has played the position before.
Put him at center ice. Let's do it. Make him the 4th line center.
Yes.
Instead of these crumbs they keep signing.
All he does is hit. He plays the position well. He made a nice backhand pass from behind the net. You can't defend the guy. The guy gets in front of the net. It's like having, the Empire State Building in front of you. And you add Edstrom, who, has got a little bit more skill. It could be a problem. It could be a problem for opposing teams. Now, I want to get your opinion on this. You're very opinionated tonight. So I want to get your opinion. Like, listen, I saw the interview with Jacob Trouba before camp started or when camp started. and he looked pretty disappointed about what went down over the summer. And he blames social media, like these things get out and they're not, there's no real source. People just type whatever they want. Are you rooting for Jacob? I mean, I know by default you're rooting for a Rangers success. I know you that well.
Right.
But are you one of these dummies that is sitting there? I
Dummies?
answered my own question. I've answered. That are actually like taking the Rangers side on this?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Look, I am a card carrying Jacob Trouba fan. First of all, the hate for him is preposterous. Preposterous. POSTRTERUS. Preposterous. I'm sorry. Every thread we post on the group, every comment, Trouba sucks. Trouba's got to go. Trouba and his contract. Too bad we still have Trouba. You know what? All the guy does is give his all every night. Did he have a good season last year?
No.
No. He admits that. I know it. You know it. Bob knows it. The American people know it. Get off his fucking back. He is the captain of the New York Rangers. Get off his back. Knock it off. You are not. You know what? I hate using this. If you aren't rooting for Jacob Trouba to succeed as a New York Ranger, you are not a real fan. You are not a real fan. You don't like his money? Go fuck yourself. Too bad. Like you turned down more money for a job. And if you don't understand why a guy might not want to leave town because that's where his wife's job is, then you're either not married or you're an asshole husband. Yeah. So I don't get it. I don't get the hate for this guy. What, because he makes $8 million a year? God bless him. God bless him. I wish I made $8 million a year. I wish everybody in this chat room made $8 million a year. Most of you deserve it. Most of you, not all of you.
Well,
God bless you. I wish you $8 million. I'm changing my catchphrase from I wish you $1 million to I wish you $8 million.
That's so funny.
How many years? And don't try and deny it because I've been here 15 years sitting next to this man. How many years did we want a physical defenseman, a guy who could change a game with a big hit, a guy who leads by example? Yeah, he didn't have the greatest season, but he's still the guy. He's still the guy. He's the me player. You're the me fan, Costa. You know, what do you care? You're not even watching this year. So your opinion doesn't matter because you have already said, I got it on paper, you're not watching this year.
Why isn't he watching?
Oh, he's not watching this year. He posted it in the group. I'll go find it if you need me to. He said,
you can give me the gist.
I'm not watching any games this year. Fine. I'll watch the games. I'll let you know what happened. You don't like Trouba, you don't like Trouba. All the guy does is give his all. For years, we wanted a guy like Trouba. Now you got him, and you want to run him the fuck out of town. Morons. Fan base is full of retards. Mentally disabled. Fuck it. I don't care. We're not getting any more than 700 subscribers no matter what happens. We make our Patreon. It's not getting any better than what we got. So fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm going out like Johnny Carson.
Who cares?
Stu Pickle. Give me Stu. Yeah, Stu Pickle. Stu Pickle. I don't know where that even came from. Stink Pickle. Matt Morello backing me up. That's what I want. I want teammates. Guys that are going to watch every night and stick by our team. I'm not watching. Fuck Trouba. You're either with me or you're against me. Like
Hoffley says, there has to be a whipping boy. So,
Right. There has to be a whipping boy.
whipping boy.
We went from back in the day, Wayne Redden, who deserved it, Michael Roosevelt, who probably deserved it, and then it was who
Mark
else?
Ball.
Delzato. Did I sell Delzato? Mark Stahl. Yeah, Mark Stahl. All he did was play 10 years and do everything that was asked of him. Disabled.
Well, here's my
Disabled.
thing.
With no offense to the mentally disabled,
Oh,
but
don't worry. No offense taken.
no, a lot of our fan base belongs in a home. I'm sorry, but you do.
Right. Well, here's the
You
thing.
belong in a home. You belong in a home.
Why do fans hold the Rangers to a different standard?
Oh yeah, Shattenkirk. There's another one. Shattenkirk. All right, fine, deservedly so. Jacob Trouba had a bad season. It happens to every player in every sport in the history of sports. I'll pull up Babe Ruth's numbers. I'll find you a bad season.
You know what?
Get out of here.
You know what, though, Jim? I feel like it's more
You
simple.
talk. I'm gonna eat my banana bread.
Okay. I enjoy banana bread, by the way. We always make it after the bananas have kind of, gotten overripe. Anyway,
Tanner makes her killer banana bread, and she says the bananas have to be overripe. So you're right on that.
yes, I do, Darwin, believe that whatever Jim is drinking, that Capo Caco needs to drink that before every game.
I've never been this fired up in September for Rangers hockey, but this fan base full of mentally retarded.
You know what it is? The thing with Trouba is this is the Rangers captain. They leak this shit about, they want to trade him to a team that he puts a no movement clause on. And I don't care when he does it, the day before the trading deadline, whatever. It's his honor the contract. And don't leak it to the press or some Larry Brooks puts it out there that, the reason he doesn't want to move is because of his wife. And it's not about, it should be about him. He's honoring his contract by playing. Now, although it was ineffective at times, he does show up. He does hit. A lot of times I wish he would hit more because I feel like it changes the flow of the game. He's a guy we were wishing we claimed that when he threw his helmet, changed the course of a Rangers season. Was it last year, the year before?
2 years ago.
2 years
The game
ago.
after he threw the helmet. Yeah.
So
wake him up.
I feel like he just had a bad year, and his point totals are not going to go up where they were with Winnipeg because he doesn't play the power play, or he plays the end of a power play. It's not, now listen, him and Keandre had bad chemistry last year.
And
I think
maybe that's
better with Schneider than he played with Trouba last year.
That may be true. Not all players gel together.
Right.
Maybe they're just a bad pairing. Maybe they just don't work together.
And so I'm not. I'm pro Trouba. I'm pro Trouba because he's first of all he's on our team, but I'm rooting for him to succeed. I don't care how much fucking money this guy makes. I don't care. I'm not paying the money.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's like you're making it he comes out of your own pocket. Yeah, I mean, Matt makes a good point.
Bill Chadwick
Rangers
is on fire tonight, by the way.
What?
Bill Chadwick is on fire tonight.
Yes. Marek Malik. They didn't like Sandis Olsenish, I remember, an old Tom Pody. There's a whipping boy. I feel
There's
like
always been a whipping boy. His fan base is ridiculous.
These malcontents, it's like the last guy number they see as the puck goes in. They're like, oh, it's his fault. Meanwhile, there's a breakdown down the ice by 4. Why would you take the Rangers organization side in anything? They're terrible.
They get the fool.
Didn't we just celebrate the 80th anniversary of us winning the Stanley Cup? How old are we?
We're getting in the pool.
You're getting in the pool now.
Yeah, it's done right. We're done. We're getting in the pool. There's our
Gilroy,
cabana.
still growing into his body. He's getting in the pool
Still
now.
growing into his body.
Yes.
Hang on.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Is there any cats in that banana bread? People want to know.
No.
Well, again, Izzy, if you're hoping that the Rangers win the Stanley Cup every year, or that it didn't produce, and that's a failed season to you, guess what? You've got to lower your expectations with this team.
Right.
There's 30, what? How many teams in the league? 33, 32, whatever there is. 32.
32.
Yeah. They all have the same thing. You know, it's tough. It's tough for a pimp out there.
That's what I keep hearing.
So I'm rooting for Trouba. Has anybody else caught your eye in these preseason games that you'd like to? I thought,
other than Mancini, I mean, look, I'm glad that Heedle's off to a decent start. I know you're not as excited, but he's a guy they need.
I'm rooting for him.
Well, of course you are, because you're a fan. Because you're a real fan of this team.
Who is it? You know, I hope he does well. I mean, he skated really good, and we had that scary moment with him last night. I mean, that's the thing is, it's like, as soon as he got hurt, my freaking messages just blew up with Philip Brittle.
Of course.
I'm like, we gotta have to worry every time this guy falls down, or it's crazy. Yes. Patty Duke likes Phil. Okay.
I mean, you root for the guy, of course.
Have you I
They're
think
over there laughing at me.
Oh, don't worry about them. Was the rain pouring down on you over there?
It's not right. We're good at the moment, so.
All right. So I haven't seen much. Oh yeah, Chad Ruedel. Ugh. He hasn't impressed me.
He is what he is. I don't want. I want me. I want guys that can improve by playing. Chad Ruedel, he's a guy that's leveled off. We know what he is, and he's fine for what he is. But get me I want to see some young players, guys that can progress,
Right.
guys that can turn into something.
Yeah, well, he was kind of a guy that the Rangers got kind of in the playoff push as insurance, and you don't really want him around now. I mean, certainly those guys will be available on the cheap at the trading deadline.
Trouba needs to lead the Rangers to the finals for me to eat crow.
Wow.
You're a fucking bird brain, too.
What? Hey, don't turn on the crowd here.
That's Cutter.
Oh, he is a bird brain. In that case, you're right. So that's your bar for Trouba. He's got to be the lead. By lead, what's that mean? Does that mean, he's got to lead the league in hits by defense? Oh, wait, he does that. I don't understand.
Rangers have one captain in the last 15 years or last 30 years to lead them to a cup. So that'll make Trouba a bad captain.
Listen, some people get in their mind that they are, and Gus seconding his commentary there.
Okay.
All right. So you got two guys are in that. I'm with Deanna on this. I like Heedle, but stop talking about like he's emerging. I don't know where he's emerging. He's submerging as far as I'm concerned.
Now it's starting to rain again.
Oh, uh-oh.
We're going back to the cabana.
Hope you don't get electrocuted in there.
I'm not plugged in, so. I charged up my battery. This is the Sunset Inn, by the way, here in Isla Mirada. Nice place.
I'm seeing some. I guess we'll talk about this guy. What'd you get from seeing 2 periods of Riley Smith yesterday?
Oh, Joe. Fantastic, Joe. I tell you what,
fantastic. The line looked good. I didn't think Riley Smith. I mean, I'm seeing some good comments, good, praise for him. Didn't see much of him. I'm going to look at that game and see how much he actually played in that game. I don't know if he was on I don't think he was on the power play either, but I'll find out here in a second. I didn't see anything special about the guy. But it's early. It's only one playoff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He didn't really stand out, but it's one game, so
yeah, it's like the one game evals. I'm not gonna get into. Joe Barzell, Joe. Oh God. I mean that line. I will say that line is got some juice to it. Barzell, Bo Horvat. Is that the guy? I always get to him and that other Vancouver guy. Riley Smith played 17 minutes last year. He had 1 minute and 20 on the power play. Who was it? Anthony Duclair and Joe Anthony Duclair and Bo Horvat. That line's got some offensive juice to it, but the rest of the fucking lineup is so putrid that they're not going to. They're not going to. Max Landerman has just landed.
Hey, Max.
You might as well throw Rempe on that front line. I like that. He can play anywhere.
I said that last year. Everybody said I was crazy. Well, not everybody, but.
Not everybody, but at the time it probably was kind of a crazy thought. But now you're ahead of the curve.
Yes,
another guy.
I'm an innovator.
You're an innovator. The crowd it's electric with Rempe out there. Everybody's watching him. I watched this hooky faluki, and once you get behind the board and get back from vacation, I watched this hooky faluki chick, broad woman, do like her own like live from the game thing.
Oh, here we go.
And she was terrible. She had it was just so I wanted, but she was even saying, "Oh, Rempe's out there. The crowd always gets." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that." So anyway, Brett Berard, we've heard a lot of things. We've seen him up close and personal in Hartford. He's always looked good when you or I've gone there. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty sprightly out there. He's got some jump. I like the way he skates. Playing with a lot of confidence.
He's skating, Sam.
He's skating. He's blinking, Sam. Look at him blink.
He's out there. He's skating.
Yeah. I enjoyed some Brett Berard. He's a little undersized, but listen, you can't be old big guys out there. I think he's got a shot for a call-up. I don't think he's going to make the team, but definitely something to be excited about. I mean, he took a big jump in goals. I think he led Hartford at the Wolfpack in goals last year.
Yeah, I think he did.
And he practices with Seattle Kraken's Matty Berniers. They're best friends.
Wow.
Joe, they've been best friends since they were 5 years old. I don't know. And also, do you hear that Rempe put on 15 pounds in the offseason?
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
That's what they said. I don't know. I don't think which I'm surprised Sam or Joe did not mention that. I think that was mentioned. No, who would have mentioned that? I don't know. Somebody did. I'm going to say Joe Catroni told me he gained
Joe
50
Catroni
pounds.
mentioned it.
It's Wednesday. It's Prince Spaghetti Day.
Michelle Gingras.
Oh, terrible.
Do you like these things they're doing in between periods, the 20 questions?
I do. I do enjoy that.
They're kind of fun.
I like to know.
They're kind of fun.
Yeah, I like to know what these guys are off the ice. Like
I like the
Jonathan
one.
Quick.
I like the one with Jonathan Quick. They asked him, "What's the best non-NHL rivalry?" And he said, "Giants and Cowboys."
Wow.
And then they asked him, "Giants or Jets?" And he said, "Giants."
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I believe Adam Fox said Giants as well.
I didn't see the Adam Fox. Oh yeah, he did Adam Fox. He did.
That was last night.
Ah. You know, Patty Duke talks about Kreider helping him beef up. Apparently, Kreider is like the nutrition dude, the guru of the team. And what
He's the Charles Atlas of the Rangers.
yes, he's not letting any of these Rangers get sand kicked in their face at the beach.
Yes, and Quick also said that the greatest of all time was Mike Richter. So he knows his history.
Deanna says about him eating steaks. And then Sam was like, I don't know. I mean, Joe was like, the steaks, is that what they eat? Apparently, that's what Sam equivocates to power or muscle. Right. Eating a steak. But I'm sure Kreider's on some protein, creatine, vegan, some crap. To be that fucking jacked, you got to be into that.
Kreider's eating Impossible burgers.
Yes. Hey, listen, I dig those 50 questions or whatever. So, thank you.
Bless you. Joe Long.
Toad McGee is here. Is that Joe Long is here. What's awaiting
the great Todd McGonnell?
I will say what awaits the Rangers is more regular season success. I'm very impressed with the goaltending so far. I think we're set. Dylan Garan, or Garan, as they've been calling him in preseason. I don't know. I like Garan better, but he looked very good against Boston. Louis Domingue looks as advertised, hasn't missed a beat. Quick looked really good, and Shesterkin looked good. So, we all know Igor is going to be the number one guy. But Quick he's ready, is compete. Is at an excellent level.
What's the I'm not terribly in tune with the news for the last week, but what is this I'm hearing about Igor is that he only wants to negotiate up until the opening of the season. Did I hear that right? After the season starts, he doesn't want to be in negotiations. Did I hear that right?
That would have to be supported by somebody in the chat room.
Okay.
I do not know if that is a truism. I know he doesn't want to talk about. He doesn't want to talk about the contract. He's just ready to play. But as far as that, so. Yes, Joe's right. Anthony Duclair's on his 9th team. I can guarantee you as much as Jim is sitting behind an orange, what is that, an orange blanket?
No, that's the back of the cabana.
As the back of that Anthony Duclair, before he exits the NHL, will be a New York Ranger again.
See, we're in a cabana.
Oh. So
I guarantee you no other show is doing this.
Doing what?
Broadcasting from a cabana in Isla Mirada in the middle of a fucking hurricane.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, I don't really have much to talk about other than that. What about you, Jim? Any thoughts?
I do, actually.
Well, give it to us.
So I got this email from the Rangers yesterday. Yesterday, I think it was.
Was it for $170 regular season tickets?
No. hang on. Let me pull it up here because it's on my phone, and since I'm not controlling since I don't have the studio here, I don't.
Okay, George Van Horn is corroborating what you said about Igor and the contract.
Thank you, George. Appreciate that. I like when I look smart, like I'm in the know. Here it is. I got an email from the Rangers on Monday about, let's see if I can, theme and group nights
Yeah,
for
what's going on with that?
2024-25. So the Rangers are going to they have their theme and group nights all lined up for 2024.
You have a list?
I do.
Okay.
I have the whole list. Saturday, October 26th, Hispanic Heritage Night. Okay. Maybe Scott Gomez will be there. Who knows?
Gomez.
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy, what's your life?
November 12th, Tuesday, November 12th, Military Appreciation Night. Okay. We're good with that.
Wait.
Monday.
It looks like the Hispanic you had a problem with, I think. You said we're good with that.
No, well,
After you said military.
Let's get to it at the end.
Oh, here we go. All right.
No.
Okay.
Military Appreciation Night, Tuesday, November 12th. That's good. Day after Veterans Day, Armistice Day, if you prefer. All right, good. Rafi Diaz, yes, could be there for Hispanic Night. Monday, December 2nd, Garden of Dreams Night. Always a big night with Eddie. Always. Eddie is sitting by the phone all night on Garden of Dreams.
I don't know what they do.
Credit card in hand, ready to bid on every Steve Valaket piece of memorabilia that's involved.
Hey, I might get a Sam Rosen item. It could be a collector's item.
Right. Tuesday, January 7th, Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Okay. Good cause. Sunday, January 26th, Kids Day. Whatever. It's a day I'm not going.
Kids Day. Stay away from the Garden on Kids Day.
I know.
Jam pack was it an afternoon game or something?
Sunday afternoon game.
No, stay away from the Garden.
Sunday, February 2nd, Black History Night. Sunday, March 2nd, Pride Night.
Now, with the Black Night, are they going to bring out Willie O'Ree? They always like fucking bring him out. Like it's always
Willie O'Ree, Tony McKegney.
Yeah, all the hits.
They'll all be there. Tuesday, March 18th, Women's Empowerment Night. Thursday, April 17th is Fan Appreciation Night.
What do they give away for that? Anything?
Nothing.
They raise the prices.
Hold on, I accidentally scrolled ahead here. All right. Now here's where it gets interesting.
Uh-oh.
Hold on to your hats. You ready? Monday, October 14th, CYO night, which I assume is Catholic Youth Organization. Okay. Catholic Youth, good for you. Thursday, October 24th, Educators Appreciation Night. Okay. Want to honor our teachers?
That's right.
All for it.
I know one of my
Friday, November 1st, Healthcare Appreciation Night.
Definitely.
I work in healthcare.
Right.
So,
I appreciate you.
All right. You're not getting anything special other than an email that says it's Healthcare Appreciation Night. You're not getting discounted tickets. You're not getting a free soda. Nothing. That's what you.
How about a massage or something?
A massage? Well, maybe a little rub and tug. That's always good. Thursday, sponge bath. Thursday, November 7th, Firefighter Appreciation Night. Always a big deal. We love our firefighters in New York. Thursday, November 14th, Law Enforcement Appreciation Night. Another big night. No problem with it. Here we go. Sunday, December 8th.
University of
What?
University of Michigan night. You have no idea.
University of Michigan.
Of Michigan Day. Why?
There we go.
Now, I have numerous problems with this. First one is the Rangers don't play in Michigan. Second of all, what do they have? One player from Michigan? Jacob Trouba? Off the top of my head, and I'm sure one of the actualities will correct me in the chat room. I know one player on the Rangers who's from Michigan. Do we really need a University of Michigan Day? They're not even playing the Red Wings. Why? Why do we need this? Thursday, January 9th, Pace University night. Monday, December 9th, Fordham University night. January 23rd, Seton Hall University night. Do we have any players for Seton Hall? Seton Hall being the hockey bastion that it is. Tuesday, January 28th, Syracuse University night. Wednesday, March 5th, Binghamton University night. Raise your hand if you've ever known anybody who went to Binghamton University.
Well, the Binghamton Rangers used to play over there.
Yeah, used to. What, 20 years ago?
It's
30 years ago?
30.
Sunday, March 16th, NYU night. The only person I know that went to NYU is Meadow Soprano. Wednesday, April 2nd, Law Enforcement Appreciation Night.
Again?
Oh, yeah, she went to Columbia. Thank you, honey. I was just corrected by Jennifer, who said she went to Columbia, not NYU. Wednesday, April 2nd, Law Enforcement Appreciation Night. Okay, no problem with that. Military, fire department, law enforcement in the city of New York can have every night that they possibly want. I'm all for it. University of Michigan? What are we doing? Binghamton University? What are we doing?
I'm watching the chat room. And the O'Reillys
The
said
O'Reillys.
they had this last year. Multiple
I
colleges.
okay, fine. But I'm asking, I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about why. Why? Why are we honoring the University of Michigan? Why do they get a special night? We are nowhere near Michigan. We have nothing to do with Michigan. All we do to Michigan is send them our old players. Is that why we're honoring the University of Michigan?
What's it called? Didn't Carl Hagelin play for the University of Michigan?
Carl Hagelin, yes.
He'll be in attendance that night.
This is right. Does this have anything to do with the University of? They won the national championship last year, right?
Yes.
Is this why in football? Who's coming up with these? I mean, this is worse than John Voight Day at Yankee Stadium. And if you watch Seinfeld, you know what that means.
You know what's the worst?
Bill Chadwick says that Michigan is known for their hot teacher.
Well, that could be. They're called professors, though. Bill, I know you have that old vernacular, Bill. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, that perhaps now do these games fall on a Sunday? Are they trying to just get people in there, these games, or is this multiple different days?
Thank you.
Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday,
Okay.
Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Monday. So I'm going to ask serious. I'm going to ask a serious question. We have a Hispanic Heritage Night.
Mm-hmm.
Why only Hispanics? Why no Irish night? Why no Italian night? Why no German night? Why no Polish night?
White people.
Oh, because it's white. Why?
Every day is white people. Every day is white people.
But why do we? I feel like the more we separate everybody into nights, the more we divide everybody, right?
I don't care. I don't care what the
What
Rangers
about
do.
what? Bill Chadwick is asking, why not Pollock night?
Wow,
Sticks
they
and stones may
find a
break
way
my
for the-
bones, but you are one dumb Pollock.
I don't have the answers to these questions.
Well, okay. Eddie. I don't expect you to have the answers, but talk to me here. Am I wrong about this? I'm willing to be educated.
I
we
think
need-
the
do we
Germans
have
don't
to
have
s-
tonight because they have a history at Madison Square Garden with the Bund. The Nazi
They had a Nazi rally in 1940,
rally at Madison Square Garden. I think they
1937.
got banned after that.
What? That's why we can't have a German rally?
I don't know. What do I
The Italians. I mean,
Well,
you know me. There's no bigger fan of the Italians. Why can't we have an Italian night?
Yeah, but
What about a Jewish night? Why do we have a CYO night for the Catholic Youth Organization?
I could raise definitely a thing on that.
When's the Jewish Youth Organization night? When's the Muslim Organization night? When's the Episcopalian Youth Organization night?
Well, do they have now the CYO?
I just feel like the more we separate everybody, and the more we divide everybody into their own nights, the more we separate, the more we become, the more we're supposed to be all the same.
Right.
Hockey's supposed to be for everyone.
That's right.
Pride night. All right. I don't understand Pride night. I don't see a need for it. Whatever.
Freak flag, I say.
Right. If it makes the people that participate in Pride night, if it makes them feel better, fine. If it makes Hispanics feel better to have their own night, fine. But what about the millions of other ethnic groups that exist in New York City?
I think
Greek night. There you go, Costa. Greek night. Costa will spend his hard-earned money to go to Greek night at the Garden.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
He's not even watching the games. But
Ginzo night.
by
night. Mick night. What are we? Pollock night.
By picking these colleges, first of all, limits the amount of nights you can have, which is your first point. And the second point is by including only certain groups, you're excluding a whole swath of other groups, which defeats the purpose of the whole thing.
That's and that's really at the crux of what I'm trying to say, is that these special nights for this group, that group, this religion.
You know what it is? And
religion.
I call it as it is.
Doesn't it just distance us every
It's virtue signaling. That's what it is. And there's no really no qualms about it. It's New York City. It's a liberal area, so they're going to, as Costa says, have their agendas. And I don't really care because I'm not going to any of these games. Or if I was offered a ticket to any night, a free ticket, I'd go despite what the night was. I don't give a shit. I'll go watch a Ranger hockey game for free, but I would not. I'm not going to any Ranger games unless I get
Kids Day.
What?
You're not going to Kids Day?
Oh, fuck that! Never. I did that one time. It was the worst.
Garden of Dreams Day.
No. Get the hell out of here. I don't even know what they do. It's a shell company. I don't know what Dolan's doing with that money.
Shell company.
You reel out a couple kids. I mean, I'm glad for the kids, but I don't know where all those millions of dollars goes to.
George Van Horn raises a good question. When's Blue Shirt Underground night?
Well, that's going to be happening in Hartford.
That'll be happening in Hartford.
We're too. Well, Jim, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Well, I got that email the other day, and I read the email, and the first thing I said to Jen and Joe was, I can't wait for the show.
Garden of Screams.
I can't wait for the show.
The Garden of Screams. Well, I thought when you first brought that subject out, a theme I would think like Halloween, or
Well,
holiday night. I know you can't say
you,
Christmas or
you,
whatever, but
but
holiday night.
the minor league teams in different sports, and I think other professional teams probably do this too. They have a Star Wars night. They have a
Right.
Margaritaville night, which I know doesn't interest everybody, but there's all kinds of fun themes. All of these, these are all. I feel like these are all divisive. Not all. Not
Well,
all.
I think it
But
just comes that they're virtue signaling. Virtue signaling. But I don't know. I don't know if these bring in new fans. I've never seen the data on does this really bring new fans? Do Hispanic people show up to these games? I mean, I don't know. They don't ask for your
I,
race when you check in with your phone when you go into it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't worry.
I don't worry about it.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I question what it's all really about.
Right. Well,
Is it all just for appearance? Does the Hispanic, Latino, whatever you want to call him, guy in the Bronx or New Jersey or Connecticut, wherever, does he really care? If he's a Ranger fan, does he really care? Does
no.
does a black person who's a Ranger fan, a real Ranger fan, do they really care that it's Black History Night, or are they just being pandered to?
Um, Maybe I said virtue signaling before, but I don't know. I mean, they're trying to be all inclusive. And we've talked
Doesn't
about
hurt.
the ads that they show with the Ranger fans. Get your tickets. There's an Asian American. There's a black person. There's like I don't know what I even forgot. Maybe a woman. I don't forget that. But then I don't know. It's all about diversity and inclusion. But like you said, some people get excluded because they seem to pick. I don't know if they have community outreach with some of these people that they. I don't know. I don't have the answer. So they're still talking about your sunburn, which I find hysterical.
I know they're fascinated with my sunburn.
Hey, I didn't even notice it.
Which I got, which really the most color I got this entire trip was today when it was cloudy all day. So those things your mother used to tell you, like, oh, the sun's just as dangerous when it's cloudy. She wasn't wrong.
No, there's a lot of wisdom in those all.
We were out in the sun all day Monday, out at the sandbar on the Atlantic Ocean, and I came back, just a little color, but nothing major. But today, cloudy all day. We were in the pool for 3 hours, and that's where all this came from. But I appreciate everyone's concern.
Yes.
But by tomorrow, it'll all be tan. I tan very well.
Robert Schmidt has made a pretty wild prediction, saying the Rangers won the Cup for Sam's last season.
I'll take it.
Sam won't be there to call it since he won't be on the broadcast.
Right.
But let's hope your dream comes true and our dreams come true.
All right.
All right, Jim, I'm going to wind things up.
That's all I got. My laptop is down to 21% anyway, so
I want to thank everybody. And I mean everybody.
This
We
has
got a
been
big
fun.
crowd in here, man.
It's been a good one.
It's been a great show.
It has.
The unfiltered Jim Schmiedeberg. Thank you for joining me. I love it, man. We're never really filtered. I mean, come on.
Brian, the hurricane is a couple of 100 miles west of us. We're seeing a little effect. We've had some rain, we've had some wind. Nothing major. Nothing like other storms that I've been through when I lived here.
So I think the Rangers so far so good. I want to see more of. We haven't seen Sam Carrick yet. I'm very excited to see what he can bring. Oh boy, I got to get a better look at this Riley Smith because We had a couple people said he looked like he fit in. I didn't really see anything from him. So you got Sam Carrick. Don't we have some defensemen too? I don't know. I feel like there's another defense that I'm missing we got here in the offseason, but whatever.
Hopefully it's just offshore off the Keys, but it's going to move north past us by overnight.
Yeah, I was tracking it, and it looked like it was.
We're expecting conditions to improve during the day tomorrow.
Good. Well, guys,
before we go, I know people have been asking. Next week, when I get back to Pennsylvania and get back into the swing of things, I will find out more information regarding the Hartford Wolfpack game and the BSU takeover, and we'll start looking at the dates. Don't look too good for viewing parties for 2024. I'll talk to Eddie about it, and we'll go from there. So we'll see. Hartford. I just got to confirm the date and make sure that they're doing the on ice thing with the players, and then we'll start working on that.
Sounds good, my friend.
All right.
There'll be no exit music today, so we're just going to end the stream now. Thanks so much for everybody, and I mean everybody.
Guys, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers. Let's fucking do this shit.
We'll see you next week.